How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another sloppy paint class here on NASCAR Heat 4. This time it's going to be a little bit special. We are doing the Intimidator special, a Dale Earnhardt episode where we're going to be looking at 3 paint schemes for the number 3 driver that you can make on NASCAR Heat 4. Dale Earnhardt schemes have been requested for quite some time, and I wanted to do it the right way possible. I wanted to wait until my signing back with ERCR was official to where I can wear my Dale Earnhardt shirt, I can rep the brand very well and the team, and make some awesome paint schemes for you guys. Appreciate the patience. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. So the first paint scheme we're going to make is one that I've seen in the lobbies quite a bit. The first one we're going to do is the classic Wrangler car. This is the first Wrangler car that Dale Earnhardt drove back then in the 80s and whatnot. I believe in the late 70s too when he started his career. So the way we're going to do this one, we're going to have it on an Xfinity body. I like it better on the Xfinity body rather than the Camaro body on the Cup Series. I don't really see it on the Xfinity side so much, but the way the body looks compared to the body back then that we're comparing to, it just looks more like it. So we're going to go with this one, especially since Dale Earnhardt Jr. drove this car somewhat in a way back in 2010 when he won at Daytona in the 3 car. First things first, we got to find the paint scheme that works the best here. So going from the very bottom of it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. Sorry, we're going to go with number 5 here. Oh, it actually, the game wants me to make these videos a little bit quicker. It's giving me what I want right now, actually. Base paint's pretty simple. You want to go to your multicolors, so go to your multicolors, and from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you want to go to the 10th color down the base paint. You want to go with the darker yellow in the multicolor section. That's going to be your base paint. Stripe 1, pretty simple enough. Go to your basic colors, the one that has the least amount of colors if you guys don't know that. And you want to go all the way to the top and go 1, 2, 3. So you want to get that sky blue. You don't want it to be too bright though, because it's going to kind of take away. But go 1 click up, and that's going to be the blue you're going to want for this car. Now, stripe 2, you're thinking, well, where is stripe 2? That's stripe 2 right there below the numbers. So you can mess around with this if you want. You can put some blue in there if you want to give it a little bit of a touch. But if you want to go to the realistic look of this thing, go to your multicolors, go to the yellow we used for the base paint. If you don't know which yellow it is, go back like a minute in the video and you'll see it. So go with this yellow here because there really is no stripe down there, but you want to cover it up though. So go with this yellow for stripe number 2. The number is easy enough. You want to go to your number 3 here. Now, you can mess around with it a little bit because Dale used to have a 3 that was tilted just a little bit to the right. But if we want to go with the scheme, I mean, you can either go with either one. It's pretty tricky. He has a blue number here, so we're going to go use the blue that was used for the other side of the paint. So stripe 1 blue for the number here. That's going to be your color for the number fill. Now you can mess around with it a little bit though. You can go with 3A or you can go with a 3B to kind of go a little bit more retro. But just for the sake of people knowing what this car is, we're going to go with the 3A for your number 5. Now the rim style, if we're going to go old fashioned here, you want to go 4 clicks up to all black. But if you want to add a little bit more yellow to it, you can use the yellow rims here. Personally, for me, I'm going to use the yellow rims just because I like that little touch of yellow. I think it adds a little bit more to the car. So go with just your classic yellow rim style here for rim style. Sponsors is what makes a paint scheme pop. I've said this before, and I'll always say it again. So we got to find the right sponsors that work for this paint scheme. Now, this car is all blue. This car is all blue, right? It's pretty much blue. It's got the yellow on the front and everything, but the sponsor is blue. So what sponsor is going to work the best for this thing, right? We got to find the sponsor that works the best, that blends in with the colors right and everything. You can go Allegiant, but there's some orange on the top that I don't really like. You can go at Nationwide if you want. You could even go with Kelly Blue Book if you want to. I honestly like the Kelly Blue Book. I think that looks really cool. But at the end of the day, the one that I like the most here is Advocare. I like the Advocare because it pops up the whole hood. I like the Advocare on it. We build champions. Good logo on an Earnhardt car. Go with Advocare as your hood sponsor. Okay, really, at the end of it, I decided to put no sponsor on it. I didn't like really any of the sponsors that blended with the blue and the yellow there. They didn't really go that well, so no side sponsor. I know, shocking, I never do that. Alright, so the rear quarter panel sponsor, obviously the way the scheme goes, you want to put a yellow sponsor there. You have a couple options, not too many. You can go with either Flex Seal or you can go with Can-Am after everything I've seen. Personally, at the end of the whole thing, I like the Can-Am. I like it because if you know Jeffrey Earnhardt, he was sponsored by Can-Am at one point. So kind of going to go with the Earnhardt there with the Can-Am. So go Can-Am on the rear quarter panel sponsor. Deck lid, we're going to continue with the yellow here, and we are going to go straight back up to what we had before, which was going to be Can-Am. So let's go to Can-Am. And then Can-Am here for the rear TV. Alright guys, so there's the first scheme of ours. Dale Earnhardt's Wrangler car back from the day on an Xfinity Camaro body. You can put it on a Camaro Chevy Cup body if you want. Heck, you can even put it on a truck if you want, if you really want to give it a shot. But there is our first scheme complete. Next up, it is the classic Intimidator paint scheme. Dale Earnhardt's Good Wrench car from the 90s and the early 2000s. This scheme was one of the most intimidating schemes of all time, henceforth why Dale Earnhardt was called the Intimidator, not because just of his driving skills, but for the bad to the bone, all black paint scheme that he used to drive. So here is how we're going to make this scheme. You're going to want to go all the way to the top of your paint scheme order and go one click down. Now you may think, why is there a purple, why is there a line between the two purple lines? We'll get to it, don't worry, it can be an easy fix. The base paint is already there, we already have black there, no need to change that, that's pretty easy to know. Always go with just a simple black for the base paint for this scheme. Now stripe one, you're going to go to your gray, so go all the way to the bottom here, and you're going to go one click up. You want the gray to pop out a little bit, just to give a little bit of a shine. It wasn't too dark, but you want to make sure it's still gray. Now stripe 2 is that purple line that's outside the green line. You're going to go to a nice cherry red. So go to your cherry reds on your basic colors. That's going to be stripe number 2. Stripe 3, if you guys put all the puzzle pieces together here, go to your normal colors and go right back up to that cherry red, and boom, the problem is fixed. That line is gone, and that's what it looks like. And we're going to go right back to our numbers here. Go to that number 3. 3A style is the best one. White as your number color, because of course Dale Earnhardt's number mostly known to be white for the number 3. And the rim style is pretty easy, just go with yellow, that's the classic one, or you can go black if you want to go a little bit more old-fashioned, but I'm gonna go with the yellow rim style number 2 for your wheels. Sponsors. All right, let's get to the sponsors here for this one. For the hood sponsor, there's a few options you can do. You can either do Eris because it kind of takes up the hood a bit. You can go with Brandt because it kind of just it kind of widens the hood a little bit more. I like that one personally a lot. So I'm going to go with Brandt. Brandt is going to be the hood sponsor for this car. Now in the picture you see here, the side sponsor right there by that red line is red, but we have a few red sponsors, but as you can see, Zalta touches that red line. A few things do. So when I was doing my research here, I like Fire Alarm Services Inc. as the side sponsor. It's red, it pops out, it's right above that red line, it's not hitting it at all. That is the sponsor you're going to want for your side panel. Rear quarter panel is pretty easy. If you've watched my videos before, we're going to go right to the Brandt for the rear quarter panel just to go with the hood sponsor. Nothing too complicated there. And simple enough here on the deck lid and the rear TV, we're going to go Brandt for the deck lid, and for the rear TV, we're going to go right back up after all the clicking's done here and go right back to Brandt, and that's all the sponsors. Voila, the Intimidator look there, the classic Dale Earnhardt black paint scheme. That's paint scheme number 2 done. Now, yes, of course, you guys are thinking, man, these schemes look pretty easy to make. They are, but once you get the habit, I mean, they are easy. But once you get the habit of it, it's literally like, it's just a quick process. You know how the colors work, you know what to do with the best of your abilities, what we have in the game. So there is your Dale Earnhardt Intimidator car. Now it's time for the last one. So this one we're going to stay right on the Cup car here. It's going to be sort of the same scheme. So we don't have to change the paint scheme or anything like that itself, but just the colors and mix some stuff around. But we're going to go with none other than, bam, this beauty right here. This one was one Austin Dillon ran as a throwback to Dale Earnhardt in the 90s. Now, this is when Dale Earnhardt was starting to run some more paint schemes. He didn't really run a lot of multi-paint schemes in the early 90s, but they started bringing in some different sponsors and everything, and just some different color schemes of making these sponsors really pop more for different promotions. And this one is a fan favorite. The silver and the orange. This was for the Winston, and man, this car was a beauty. So we're sticking right here. Just go to all the way to the bottom of the paint schemes and go one click down. We're going to use that paint scheme right there for this one. Base paint is going to be a nice silver here, but we want to make sure this thing pops. We got to make it pop. So when you go to your base paints, you want to go to the silvers on the multicolor, right? You're going to go 1, 2, 3. 3 clicks up is what you want to do for that silver. It's going to pop. Trust me, it's going to look really good. Stripe 1's that bottom one here, and we're going to go with black. So go with a nice black here, for that bottom one there. And then we're going to go to stripe number 2 here, which is going to be an orange. So this one's going to be pretty cool. We're going to go our multicolors here. You're going to want to go find your orange here. So let's find a nice orange, and we're going to go... Yep, that one actually right there. Perfect. That multicolor orange there. And then we're going to go here to our multicolors again and go back up to that orange. And we're going to find it again, which is going to be right there. Keep the number at a number 3A, and we're going to go find that color again, the multicolor orange, because that one's going to blend in the best. So yeah, it's going to be that one right there. And you don't have to really change anything with it. Just keep that 3A orange. The rim style on this car is black, so we're not going to change anything. We're going to change it. We're going to make it black on the rim. So no yellow for this one, just because the orange and the black doesn't really pop with the yellow in my opinion. So we're going to change it to the classic all black rim. So now to the sponsors. You may be thinking, what's an orange sponsor that can work with this thing? Well, fortunately, in an update a while back, there were some new sponsors that were added for this thing, and we have called Motorious. I'm gonna call it Motorious. So you have 2 options you can do. You can either do the logo, which is an M for the company, or you can go down and do this with the writing and the little thing. Now we're gonna go with this one because it has the little M on the top, which can resemble the Goodwrench logo, and then you also have the bottom, which I think is, the top M is the General Motors logo. We'll say General Motors logo, and the bottom is the Goodwrench. So I think it's perfect. We're gonna go with that as our hood sponsor. Now the side sponsor here as well is orange. So as you can see here, it's orange pretty much all around. Nearly every sponsor on the car besides the contingencies and the rear quarter are orange. So we're gonna go back to our orange sponsors and everything and go down to the nice M. But if you notice here, it kind of takes away and touches that orange line, and I don't really like that. So we're going to put a little bit of a twist to this thing. We're going to go up and use the Gatorade logo. We're going to use Gatorade because I like the black and I like the little orange lightning bolt on the middle of the G, classic Gatorade logo there. I think it blends in right. So go with Gatorade as your side sponsor. Now this one's going to be a little bit easier. You can just go right back to your hood sponsors, go to Motorious. I'm just going to keep calling it Motorious, I think, because that's a tricky word. I love for someone to tell me how to say that word, because I still can't say Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Oh my god, I said it right. I'm not going to jinx it. I'm not going to try saying it again, but go with this as your rear quarter panel. Deck lid's going to be easy enough. You can mix it around a little bit if you want. You can either go with this or you can go with the orange M. Just to make things a little different, I'll go with the orange M because I think it looks pretty cool on the back of the car. And then finally, we're going to go right with the hood sponsor and the rear quarter as the rear TV sponsor. It blends in well. And that is the sponsors there for this paint scheme. They are, guys. There is the last paint scheme for our Intimidator special. It is the Winston scheme that Dale Earnhardt ran. The silver, the orange, and the black. It blends in great. Thankfully, that new sponsor there kind of goes back to the old Goodwrench logo and everything too, with General Motors on the top. So I like it. Honestly, I'm probably going to ride this scheme on NASCAR E4 a couple times. I like the color blend. You can mix around with it a little bit if you want. I think it looks great. Well, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this paint class. If you guys want to see more paint classes, make sure to hit the like button. Comment another paint scheme you'd like me to make. Thankfully, I got Dale Earnhardt requests out of the way with this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you so much for your patience for me to work on this video. Also, guys, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button there on the bottom. We have been on a roll with new subscribers. The Sloppy Nation is growing tremendously, and it's because of all of you guys. So seriously, thank you so much. This is Sloppy Joe signing out, guys, and remember to stay sloppy. And guys, come on. Don't be a clown. Nobody likes clowns. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy, guys.